what about trust? Like, is it people today can trust for the information?
I strongly believe it's no longer necessary to be done by human only.
We will have a AI assistant who will sell the property. Most of the people say to me, "You're insane."
When I wanted to search for a home, I had to go through like hundreds or thousands of options.
Many real estate companies, they don't even ready for it. Human have limit 8 hours a day, and you cannot do anything with it. But AI don't have any limits.
Let's build new future and change real estate together.
You're still in the job from the realtors, right? Hey guys, grateful to see you again. Today our new podcast, and today I'm super happy because I have not only one guest, I have two guests. This is Yuriy and JP from Super Agent, and today one of my favorite subject, because today we will speak mainly about AI and property, two things that I love the most, right? That's why welcome guys to our studios.
Thank you.
Thank you to come into Phuket.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah. So how is your flight from Bangkok? Everything great? Yeah.
It was almost like a bus trip. Yeah, felt very quick, but then we stuck in traffic here. As always, Phuket is very famous now for the bad traffic and everything. It wasn't surprised, but I was surprised actually how developed Phuket became. Because
When you been here last time?
I haven't been here after COVID. Honestly, I'm guilty. Yeah, I kind of live in Bangkok most of the time, visit Pattaya quite often, but haven't come to Bangkok. Haven't come to Phuket very long time. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with the number of projects that popping up here and there. Everything is very super intense. A lot of action. A lot of my friends moved from Bangkok, from Pattaya, from even Dubai, now become agents or any sort of business people here. So a lot of life, a lot of interesting action, and happy to see and learn more about what's going on here.
Perfect. But JP, first time here in Phuket?
No,
You've been here many
yeah,
times.
I was the last time I was here during Corona time was empty, like no tourist, and now happy to see that people are back.
Yeah.
You can see all the flight is full, and
The
airport
flight
is-
was full.
The flight was full, and a lot of people at the airport. And it's happy to
Now
see.
today we in almost peak season, because right now like peak season will start in 1 week. Now we in a high season.
So we just like
Yeah.
Right in time.
You are like coming real time, because soon it will be full of people and a classical tourism time, right?
Yeah, you can
But-
feel the Christmas everywhere.
Yeah, Christmas everywhere. So it's good and bad at some point. And some point is good that everyone has this mood. On the other side, if we speak about work, it's super difficult to work in this mood, because every around is a celebration of everything. But I want to say to our audience that like we are doing with you something interesting, which is AI integration to our company, right? And I'm really for like I have this podcast now from 2020, speaking with different people about the business, about property. And 4 years ago, I tell to one of our guests that soon we will have an AI assistant who will sell the property. Most of the people say to me, "You're insane," like it's impossible and stuff like this. But today it's end of 2024. It's already there. And can you a little bit tell a story of your company, of your business, how you decide to do in AI?
So, like you probably know me a little bit better, but I will introduce myself to guests so they understand where I come from and why I decided to do something in property business. So I moved to Thailand in 2012, managed a few very traditional businesses like property development, sales and marketing teams in here and there. And most interesting part of my career began in 2016 when I joined HipFlat. So HipFlat back then was very fast-growing, very promising property portal.
If I'm correct, it's mainly was focused on Thai market, right?
Not really. It
Mainly,
was back then, I think 70-30, like 30% there was still expat traffic and growing. Yeah. So yeah, the focus was to build a very powerful, big marketplace for Thai people and expats to find any sort of property and solve their property needs. So what we did is like in 4 years, I was in charge of sales, marketing, operations, then Ray run day-to-day operations. And what we did in 4 years, we turned HipFlat into one of market leaders. So it was quite interesting experience, growing team, working with hundreds and thousands of realtors across the country. I was in charge of, making smaller and bigger deals, negotiating, figuring out specific problems of different sorts of businesses like developers, brokers, freelance agents, and so on. So I've pretty much seen it all during these 4 years. And I've noticed so many problems that realtors have to deal on the daily basis when they work. But back then, there was no AI. There was no technology that was able to solve any of those problems, right? I was kind of just accumulating the experience and understanding and learnings and everything. And then after HipFlat, when we sold it to Dot Property, I've spent some time with Dot Property, and then I've managed a company called Sixter, which is not property business, but very interesting marketplace experience. So it was a blue-collar service marketplace where you can order any sort of services whenever you need. It was primarily focused on consumers. So back then, I got great experience of dealing with thousands of jobs booked daily, how to be able to match them at scale with different service providers and so on. And also, I have noticed a lot of problems of onboarding different providers of services and so on, and that taught me a lot of how processes are outdated and how teams and businesses, even though they have big budgets, but they don't really invest any serious resources into innovations. And then we all saw the launch of ChatGPT back in, I think it was end of 2023. Yeah. Many things happened since then, so yeah, I'm a bit even confused about the year. But yeah, so when we got ChatGPT, everyone was like, obviously, wow, right? So what's possible now? And then it was a moment in my life where I was between jobs. I ended my last one. I was honestly on the market for a job, but then I realized, okay, what's now possible to build with AI? And suddenly all those memories, all those learnings and understanding of the problems that realtors have came to me like at once. Okay, we can build AI assistant that helps businesses to be 3x, 10x, 20x, 50x more productive. How? We'll be talking about it later, but yeah, that's how we came here. And basically now me and JP, we are co-founders of Super Agent, which is AI agent helping consumers to research market, find better properties that fit their needs, and also on the B2B side, we build AI agents to help businesses to perform better, real estate developers, property agents, to streamline all the lead qualification, lead scoring, conversations, property matching, follow-up routines, all those processes. We automate, we make them better with AI, and I will share a bit more how we do it.
Yeah. Can you tell a little bit more about Super Agent as far as, because I follow you on LinkedIn and I see like all of the posts that you post in. As far as I understand, you make an inquiry for Y Combinator as well, right? So you are in the stage right now when you want to upscale the company.
So we are what it's called early stage company. We are startup. We are registered, incorporated in Singapore. Then we operate regionally. We also deployed a few prototypes, testing pilots with European customers, US markets, and also exploring Australia. So basically, we try to build as global company as possible from day one. We also fundraising now. So primary what posts you see online, they would be either about product, either fundraising, or any sort of topics in between, because those are the most key topics in my calendar and agenda.
So in this case, if I want to invest in Super Agent right now as an investor, it's also possible, right?
Yeah, we accept angel investors. We got a few already. We're talking to VC funds, but we're still open to accept angel investments as well.
That's really good. If some people who watch our video is interested, let us know, and we will connect you to the guys. Yeah, I actually want to speak with you about my own investment, because I really believe in this idea as well. So if we speak about Super Agent, can you explain simple because we done a few tests with you already, so and we see really cool results. So can you explain how the final how it will help final consumer to with their needs, with their issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like because now, of course, when we speak about IT, it's everything like super many directions you can build whenever you want. It's super magic. But if we speak about practical thing,
Yeah.
what is
What is
what
the use case? Yeah,
what is the
got it,
use
got it.
case? Yes, like how audience who is not IT
Yeah.
oriented can understand you.
Okay. So imagine scenario where people just browsing their feed, see advertisement of your project.
Mhm.
That happens multiple times per day. At some point, they react to it, right? They click, and call to action there, for example, could be a chat in WhatsApp. So Super Agent, as tool that you use for your business, will be fully integrated with all your marketing channels. It will be in your WhatsApp, it will be in your Facebook Messenger, it will be in your Telegram, and so on. And when every new lead comes in, it will be automatically engaging them on autopilot. So it means there is no longer delay happens between lead comes in and people available to reply. Sometimes it takes days, sometimes it could be fast, a few
Plus
hours.
different time zones, right?
Yeah, some like a lot of inquiries, especially from expat market, come at nighttime. Probably most of sales team will sleep, and then they will reply next day. Surprising, find out that okay, this person already talking to someone else or not replying at all. So we eliminate all these problems because Super Agent becomes very responsive, and we guarantee first response time 1 minute. So that is really huge, significant change for the businesses. Now they suddenly get high performing sales reps working 24/7 for them, right? Next step, while we're onboarding Super Agent to you, we also onboard all your company knowledge to it. So it means that Super Agent, in fact, becomes as qualified or maybe even at some sense more qualified than your sales team. What I mean is it knows all your projects, all the facts, all the market understanding, market knowledge, all the information that your team.
Market understanding. Sorry for
Yeah.
the interruption. Is it a Super Agent absorb all of the information from all of the worldwide network,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
and make the most important points keys,
Yeah.
right, about this, right?
Yeah, so we're not just limiting ourselves to information that you provide us. We rely on that as the most factual information about your project, but we also enhance it with the all common knowledge. So everything that is available online surrounding your projects, all the neighborhoods, benefits of this area, and so on. What usually people would spend hours and days and years of experience living here, understanding that, Super Agent does that in a very quick way in a few moments because it's a technology, right? And then, so what happens after that? Super Agent with full knowledge, equipped with all facts, all understanding, enhanced with the whole common knowledge of the market, talking to your clients as one of your best salespeople in a very quick way. So there's a saying like, okay, who wakes up first gets the breakfast, right? Or different languages, they have different.
You're still in the job from the realtors, right?
I think we're giving more opportunities to smart realtors, but we hopefully not leaving too many people without jobs, but definitely will replace some of the low performing agents because consumers today, I believe they require so much better experience, and their journey of finding property, talking to realtors, talking to property developers is not great. Speaking honestly, if you talk to consumers now, they all will be negatively talking about their experience. I think everyone knows that, but there's no serious action in the market. There's no serious efforts from realtors to improve that and change that. So what we do, we basically comes to the market and we say, hey guys, now there's a way better way to do things, right? And you can just use it and become instantly a better company, instantly more closed deals, instantly more successful, and at very low cost. So the
It's
benefits all there. Yeah.
it's like a win-win deal for the consumer as well as the realtor. Like the earlier problem was the consumers were not getting enough attention. So they have like their own intentions and motives and dreams, right?
Yeah.
So when it was dealt by the human sales agent, it was not sure that the motives were adopted, the motives were recorded.
What do you think? Like, is it important? Because today we live in really interesting world. Because sometimes we don't know what's reality, what's true, what's not. Right? For example, with AI, like, is it important that people understand that they speak with AI, or it can be like AI can be 100% like a human, and people don't need to think about it?
From our experience, like we were just looking at these conversation logs and our engagements, and we figure out that people are okay. People are really comfortable speaking to AI. I mean, we've been seeing that shift everywhere, right? If you people are just moving from Google to ChatGPT or ChatGPT to Perplexity. Even the real-time search, they prefer Perplexity than Google. So this is mean people love to speak in their natural language than clicking forms. And it was computer language when we it was introduced for computer forms, and all this GUI, this graphical user interface, was invented for computers, not for human. But now we are shifting back to the human natural language. That's why people love it. Like people, okay, I can get my action done by speaking my own language. That language doesn't mean that whether it's Thai, Russian, or English. It means whatever the human language can be understood and the action gets executed in the backend. This is what everybody wants. If I want to shop something, I don't really have to go through all the overwhelming options in the GUI. That's happening with the property portal as well. Like when I wanted to search for a home, I had to go through like hundreds or thousands of options and go through all the clicks.
And also, you're not sure that all of these options actually is valid at this
There's no
moment,
way.
because
There's no way for the consumer to interact.
Oh yeah,
The only way we can do is like clicking buttons. Nobody's sitting and asking the consumer like what is actually your dream. No, it's not happening, right? So this is why, like, with the Gen AI with this advancement, I can, or as a consumer, I can really speak to somebody, and I can convey my dreams. I can convey my motive, why I am buying, and what sort of
what about trust? Like, is it people today can trust for the AI information that AI gave us, right? For
I have
example.
insights on that. Managing a few portals, I noticed that people not really looking for trust to find a person. They're looking to find actionable information. That is my impression. And when you give people that feeling that, okay, what they see is accurate, what they see is actionable, what they see is reputable and working well for them and suits their intentions, that's what people actually looking for. No one needs to search and see 100,050 results and scroll through them to figure out something that they don't even have like clear criteria inside, so often people don't even know what they need. They need
I believe it's 90% of the time.
yeah, I think people need guidance, and we built so smart AI system that not just talking to people, but it also drives them through learnings. It drives them through understanding of the market, drives them through tips, insights, drive them through all this buying cycle, all these touch points that people have to visit, so we help them at every step. And coming back to your first question, should people know that it's AI or not? That, honestly speaking, was like my biggest fear. Like, how should we approach this? Should we like straight out announce, okay, it's AI or not? And we did some tests. So we already have clients using SuperAgent, right? And we gave them choice. So we offered them, do you want to present SuperAgent as a AI or digital assistant working for you, or do you want to pose it as a human? Some clients chose to be as a human. Some clients chose as a AI. What we see that when people chat with it, then the conversation flow goes in so natural way. So clients who don't announce that it's AI, absolute majority of leads, they don't even understand that it's AI. So there's no kind of gap between expected quality of conversation and then AI is unable to deliver it. I think the technology is already there in this sense. What happens on the other side when clients openly announce that it's AI upfront? We see very positive reaction from leads. I have multiple examples of chats where people either just asking like, okay, is it really AI or not? They couldn't believe. Or when they learn upfront, okay, it's AI, they actually gave compliments like, oh, it's amazing system, guys. What do you use? So they were interested probably even for their own business. Like they had idea like maybe I should use it for myself as well. And I think the fear that people are not okay to talk with AI and they need human to human. I think at the market research, lead qualification, understanding of consumer intention, figuring out their needs, guiding them through options, I strongly believe it's no longer necessary to be done by human only. It completely could be replaced by AI. And I think for some time it will be up to companies using super agent how to pose it as a human or as AI. It's their personal branding choice, it's their personal preference. But we are capable to go in both directions, and we see positive feedback from both cases.
And there is a strong reason like why we are standing out from these normal chatbots, which was usually happening with all the property. They have this chatbot just to serve what's the query, right? But now we are different. Like we are a AI agent. Why? Because we leverage the knowledge, the domain knowledge with the machine language.
Because it changed every day anyway, right?
It's like that's why people are so comfortable chatting to this AI agent, super agent, because it does feel like a human is there, human intelligence is there. So we are leveraging this real human intelligence with this machine language. So that's why it's very much important. Like we need domain knowledge. That's why we ourselves say it's a better partnership. Like he's coming from the real estate industry and he knows what is the how does things work, how the sale happening. Then we really need that knowledge for the technology to be trained on.
And JP is so humble, but he actually managed a team at Agoda for 7 years. So he's pretty much behind all the growth and success, and he knows how to build very powerful, scalable systems.
So I've been looking at the infrastructure of Agoda, which was more like it was the enormous growth we have witnessed from 2016 to 2020. We had to do a lot of process orchestration. It was that's the thought of scaling coming up. When AI comes, the first thing comes to my mind, oh, we can scale this. Like it's not like one AI agent speak to one human. We can scale this. Like we can replace like 100 sales agent, 1,000 sales agent. It's very easy to scale. So that was so if you're just scaling, just like deploying a one agent for one property property agent, that's not gonna work. We need to really leverage the knowledge of each. That's why like we've been sitting with the property agent to figure out that okay, this is how you work, and we grab that knowledge and train the super agent based on it. That's why like if you have one good sales rep, we just need their knowledge to replicate like thousands or hundreds of sales rep.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, like, and me as a founder of 10 companies, and our main business is speaking with people, customer relations. So because all of the real estate, it's most about communication, like it's all about people. And of course, the biggest issues that we have before, first of all, of course, is the language, because it's when we speak about the markets, each of the market have a good time for different nationality, because for example, it doesn't really matter who is buying property, Chinese, Russians, Indians, Americans, Europeans. It doesn't really matter, because it's always flow. At some countries it's one situation, in another is different, and this is a difficult part where you don't have the people who can speak same language, right? Like when the market is booming. Let's say past couple of years in Phuket was like its expansion of Russian market. So it was lots of Russians buyers. Now it's already settled, and now we have more English speakers again. So today is Phuket looking more for Arabic buyers, Hong Kong, Singapore, and and it's always change in terms of language, right? So super agent can speak any language within a second, right?
Also the time zones, like I see
Time zone,
I see the leads coming at midnight here.
Nighttime, yeah.
That must be daytime in Europe.
You wouldn't expect your salespeople to answer messages at midnight, right?
Yeah,
that would be quite tough ask.
It's also depends of the company. I'm a little bit more enthusiastic and try to do different time zone shifts for my teams, but of course it takes a lot of resources, and I believe that. But if you speak about your product, where do you feel the actual responsibility of super agent is done? Where is the goal is? Where is the AI goes to its goal? It's unless the person say, yes, I want to talk to human, or where the AI said, okay, give me money, I will make a sale?
I think there are different directions if we speak about only sales deals. I still agree. I think you believe the same way that the final steps should be done by humans, like to meet, connect, set a little bit emotional connection, remove that last piece of fear sitting in humans' soul, right? Because it's a big decision anyway, and it's very emotional. So they still kind of craving this human to human interaction. We see at this scenario, we see last touch points for super agent, and what we would call success is that when we support all the customer journey up to the point where they meet people at the, let's say, show unit. So when they show up at your showroom, for example, or when they give you a call to book an appointment, or even if appointment is already booked and your team just follow up and meet them. So that would be a great success for us in our current framework. But if we a little bit sidetrack into, for example, rental deals or any kind of well, let's say rental example. So the rental inventory could be quite clearly structured. It could be cross-check, verified. We clearly know what's available. I very much see how Super Agent could be facilitating the whole end-to-end journey, where people looking for something to rent, figuring out the best option, understanding their own needs with the help of Super Agent. Super Agent helps them to find and pick the best provider of this supply, of these options. Talk to realtors on their behalf. So providing consumer journey, it doesn't mean just shooting options at them, but also talking to realtors on behalf of consumers. And when the right option is there, just facilitate the transaction. Why not? I clearly see how we could be part of some deals. It's not our primary goal right now to go into transactions, but I clearly see how the path is there. It's definitely a good direction.
Because if we speak about whole innovation, because today real estate industry is one of the most conservative industries in the world, I guess, right now, because it's a very big industry, it's a lot of value, right? And of course, it was built many years ago, and it's really slowly transformed for the innovation. But even we cannot escape it, right? But if we speak about whole online transaction, there is no offices exist or no people and stuff like this. Of course, in this case, when people would be ready to go search and go to specific platform to speak with AI and then make their decision and pay deposit or payment, right? When we speak about this reality, when you have everything in your phone, I think it will be as a big question about the trust, right? So to make sure that the person or AI that you're speaking with is owned by companies that can give this product, right? So do you have any issues with the scammers or some people who's using AI not in the good and healthy way? Let's call it like this. Where is because it's also a big market for people who have not really
not good
clean
intentions.
clean intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about this? How we and you will protect it from those kind of
So
people?
we by building Super Agent, we also allocate quite a lot of time and energy into future-proofing it in terms of we are building separate AI agents to validate the information that we work with by cross-checking online, by communicating with those realtors that representing properties. And also on top of that, we're also building a mechanism where we will be getting direct feedback from consumers as well. By doing so, it will help us to build all the internal rating system and understanding of good players, bad players, who is, like you said, bad intention or great intention. It will be quite clear and visible. I think it's a big challenge in the beginning of this journey. Like, for example, if you think of Airbnb, it sounds like a crazy idea if you don't know Airbnb, right? You just pay someone to stay at their house in some spare room with total strangers. Like, why would people do that, right? Why would you let strangers stay in your
But
house?
if I understand correct, Airbnb in the end still doing transactions, which is protect right
Yeah.
final consumer, right?
Yeah, so at the lower value transactions like rentals, we are, like I said, we're planning to be part of transaction. We're planning to bear part of that responsibility, and we are planning to provide more security and protection to consumers by validating all the parties of the transaction, scoring, evaluating, and making all of them part of the global rating.
This is
That's the plan in place.
this is sounds good. I think we are not there yet, but I think the technology really fast growing. You know,
Yeah.
like every day something
I
different.
have a
right?
question for you though.
Yeah.
It works both ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned before you asked the question, you mentioned that okay, real estate is very like old school,
Conservative.
conservative industry
Yeah.
where status quo is so important. I completely agree. But from your perspective, why do you think this is happening that way? Why is it so?
For me, I believe that, of course, because it's very old industry.
And mainly, I'm asking like, why is it not changing?
It's not. I say my own belief. It's not changing because of the age of the people who is actually leaders in real estate industry is quite. It's more older people before who's controls the situation. For me, I'm a founder of the development company, consulting agency, different projects and stuff like this. But I'm from new generation. So for me, I kind of I'm user of those technologies in my daily life. You know, that's why, of course, I have intention to implement everything to my company that innovative and what will help. That's why even if you look at my team, most of the people is mainly young people who know how to use those technology. But even if we speak about the, for example, AI, even about real estate in general, I was surprised, and even I came to this. I've been IT oriented whole my life, but same as you, I came to this business from the like old school traditional business way. I saw that when people doing everything by hand, like my make notes in
A
the
CRM on the paper. Yeah.
yeah, it's a CRM on the board,
on the board,
like and stuff like this. That's why I trying to make this transaction to the more easy way, because exactly same things that you mentioned. Human have limit 8 hours a day, and you cannot do anything with it. But AI don't have any limits. Limits is only electricity and like and some different resources. That's why if you speak about my opinion, why? Because still the innovations goes too fast past maybe 20 years, and past 5 years it's really crazy how it's growing and whole technology. And main point is that many real estate companies, they don't even ready for it, because it's complicated to have on board their IT departments. Like it's expensive, to have. And even IT market right now in terms of HR power, right? It's not everyone can afford it. Like that's why my opinion, that of course big corporations, they have budget for R&D for future to invest and to test different things. That's why for them they have to look at it, because they have a lot of inefficiency, not because of their bad company, because it's a human resource. It's a humans, they cannot do more, right? Like then that's why they need to find solution. Or the second part is innovators, same as me, who want to use AI as advantage, not as just some features. As I tell to my friends, look, I have AI in my
not to brag.
in my
Yeah.
For me, it's more important to break this status quo, right? And and make it new step, because we are already there, like. And of course, after some time, everyone will use it when everyone understand it. But it's better to be on the core of innovation.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the core problem is the tech readiness of main players is not there yet.
Plus, market, like all market, at the beginning, when it's innovation, it's a lot of risk, right? Many people don't want to risk.
Trust is the biggest issue to
Yeah, Yeah, and it's a risk when you test something, when you're doing something new. Not many people can understand it. Why are you doing this?
This Gen AI, the AI is very even we are at very early stage, so we know that there could this is the biggest challenge like hallucination, and we can't really say that whether we can trust the responses, but it's going to be a combined effort. That's what we are trying to say. Like we wanted to get this feedback every time. So we are in our system, like we are collecting this feedback each for each and every response, figuring out that okay, this response is valuable for you or not, on scale of like 1 to 10, how much is valuable. So based on that, the system itself can, we call it as reinforcement learning. The
Yeah.
system
It's
teaches system.
self-improving.
Yeah, that self-improvement is happening. So that's why I say it's not going to be like AI comes and do magic and it's completely
It's
replicates
a
the human.
path to walk.
It's yes about to, like we have to sit together, the human has to sit together with the AI agent to help AI to be better for the better tomorrow. That's why the feedback, we really care like every feedback, even it's a good or bad, we are not just hearing the best one, or we
Any piece
often
of
hear.
feedback is significantly important.
Yeah, every piece, because since we are like at the everybody's at the early, even the chat GPT or Perplexity, everybody's at their early stage. It's not that old, like it's a baby now, like 1 year or 2 year old. So
It's
we
like
really, yeah.
you can imagine. Let's say if you go to email today, how many unread emails do you have? Like if you
Mine was like 18,000.
18,000, right? Like then for you,
No, I try to follow the zero inbox. Couple weeks though.
it's
Oh,
But
my
used to be
personally-
thousands.
It-
Now it's kind of a few emails.
it's I doing same
But it's difficult.
zero inbox, but I realize that it's waste of my time
Yeah.
because I spend time which absolutely no have. So it's problem. I don't have a problem, but then problem created that I have something new, and exactly the same point happened with many people. Why AI is good right now, because you have too many information, same as we have right now, social media. Different generation use different social media, like, and then uh, it's too complicated to see everything. But when you have AI, it can do for you easy job, just make my inbox, look at my inbox and tell me what's important.
Yeah,
right?
like how you say that for you part, because that's exactly our core pillar that we apply internally, that we build AI that really serves and understand consumers as per their best needs. I think the biggest problem, like coming back, what's holding real estate from change. Another point I think important is that realtors, generally speaking, are so highly motivated to keep the status quo as it is, because in a sense, I think they are kind of a knowledge gatekeepers. They try to
They have some
create that
diamonds, right?
importance that we know everything, you guys don't know anything, talk to us if you need something, right? That's the general vibes in the market. And it's true, because for people it's extremely hard to figure out what's going on. They are being bombarded from different directions, ads, search engines, everything, like plenty of options, but who to trust, what to choose, why, and what's good for me, how people would know, right? And I think we are sometimes, we feel like we're building a product that uh, will be more suitable for generations that are coming up. Like you said, younger generation, they are more adopting tech earlier. I think a younger generation of consumers as well now using all the technology freely on the daily basis. Like if you ask a random person, they probably would have ChatGPT already installed or going to, or at least tried. So I think the general adoption of AI as an idea of something extremely helpful for your life, it's gonna be a very essential component of the future, nearby future. I don't think we're talking about 10, 50, 20 years. I think we're talking month, 3, 5, maybe year. And this thing really changing very fast. Especially if you look now at the bigger players like Google, they even hurting their own business model now, stopped showing paid ads upfront, and they prioritize Gen AI summarized results that are super actionable for people, because they realize very clearly that this is the value consumers need.
Because when you overload it with the ads, you losing trust to it.
Yeah.
And then it's have to be more segmentation
The
to
more,
show the
yeah, true.
more specific segment for you.
Yep.
What you see, because what I also love with targeting advertisement, that many people hate advertisement. I love it because back then I watch advertisement on TV that I cannot like skip or something, right? Today if I interested in something, it showed me specific things that I need because they know my preferences, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like this. Yeah, and but now the new era when you can control it by the budget, right? So today you have more budget, control the advertisement, right? So that's why right now is probably new era when AI knows what make you pissed off and what you are happy with, and can show you only advertisements that you really like, as far as I'm correct, right?
I think our goal would be not even show any advertisement at all. It would be to understand consumer like truly deeply what drives them.
Even our goal is your company or
Our goal, like
whole
as a
humans.
passionate person about real estate,
Okay.
I would prefer the scenario where consumers don't really get bombarded by different advertisement from different directions. I would rather them go talk to super agent, so we could exactly understand what's important for them, what drives them, why, what's their goals, what they're trying to achieve. Because you work on Phuket, probably you agree with me. Like now, pretty much every agency try to make investor from any sort of lead. Like everyone by default is kind of investor.
That's we discussed on many podcasts
Yeah,
already.
and,
That it's not correct approach.
and it's huge problem I think for even for businesses, but also for consumers too. Because like I'm not buying for investment, but I just keep getting all those meaningless offers, and that's not what I want to talk about, right? But with AI, you can actually get access to the actionable information that is right for you from the source. And that AI can do research for you. It can talk to multiple realtors. It works, the scaling also works both ways. It's not just realtors now can talk to millions of leads, but also consumers having super agent. They don't need to talk to 5, 10 agents. They can talk to thousands of agents without talking to anyone, with just talking to super agent once.
I believe the best thing that AI and super agent can give to us, because we have every market have its own specific. You know, for example, in Bangkok, there's not many people buying the off-plan property for investment. Most of the people buying just a property because they want to own it, or it's some specific project that they like. You know, like, and they want to be there. Let's say in Mahanakon, they want to just buy because it's cool to have,
It's
or
like
stuff like this.
family asset or
Family,
just store money, but not
yeah,
really as a
not like a
not a
proper
scenario
investment.
of crazy returns or
Yeah,
anything.
and stuff like this. Phuket, on the other hand, is not too many completed properties that fits your, let's say, uh, existing needs. What you need today, right? So, for example, not too many properties that already built. You know, that's why most of the developers, they try to build a futuristic thing, but it will come in another 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? And everyone believes that okay, only investment. But on the other side, a lot of listings around for completed properties, which is not well maintained, only because of the, in all of those information you cannot find those gems. Yeah, and that's another goal of the market, and people who will understand how to manage it correctly will do really good profit on it, right? But if you go today, for example, to Singapore, there's another scenario. If you go today, I don't know, in London, so then what means off-plan property? Not too many. There's of course construction ongoing, but it's still
just
not
normal life going
it's
on.
normal life, or half Europe is not really developing as whole Asia right now. But if you go to, for example, I don't know, like Vietnam or any other Southeast Asian countries that develop right now, so they have huge potential to this expanding, right? Even like Bali right now. You know, that's why I believe that changes will come now, as you said, not every year, it's every quarter.
Every week is something interesting. Many things happening.
Yeah, the competition is too strong. That's why I am so happy for it. I'm so happy. If we speak about the if we want, if some company wanna make onboarding with you, so what do they need? What is your customer, for example? What do they need to have? For me, I understand. I have CRM system. I have all of the metrics. What you need, super easy. But for example, developers who would like to start, or real estate agency who would like to start with you, what they should do at first?
Well, first they should contact us,
Yeah.
right?
We will put the link below. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after that, we will evaluate what's the current state of operations, how they run business, what systems they use, and so on. So we are pretty much capable of integrating with high-tech companies like you, with existing CRMs, databases, and all things in place. But also we have out-of-the-box solutions for companies with lower tech readiness. We can even talk simply like working through spreadsheets at this level if their sales team is strongly preferring that, if there's a existing status of their operations. We are a strong believer of not disrupting them, but giving them value first and then showing them better way to do things. Because I feel like if you come to a company that doing many things wrong way, and if you just start showing them like, oh, change this, onboard this, I think it's
doing different business.
It's
right?
too much stress for them, and it's totally different business for us as well. Yeah, so we don't want to become like a custom builder consulting agency to improve other businesses. We are building a very solid product that delivers very clear value to realtors and to consumers. There's again path to walk. There's different state of companies. Those are least ready. We're happy to spend a little bit more time with them to onboard them, show them better ways to run operations. If they want to adopt better ways, we're happy to support that. If they're not, we also happy to see them staying behind competition in the future. It's up to them, and I think the future will show the most evolving companies will be market leading. The most innovative companies will be leading the change, and it's all in the hands of the management. If they want to change, they will. There's a lot of opportunities now.
So we are optimizing this onboarding process. We don't want our consumers spend like many hours for onboarding their knowledge, like project knowledge, right? So we've been working on this part, like just drop the URL of your project page, and the rest let the AI do that. Like grab all the information from internet and enrich the information, enhance the information, and that's in our knowledge base. So the AI is doing that work, like researching about that particular project.
And for the future, for example, do you see, because like I understand all of this business pretty well, but for example, if someone watch our podcast, right, and go to your homepage, can onboard everything without human interaction, without speaking with people. Let's say, okay, I want to get solution. How can I use it? You know, like is it you have it in future? Idea.
We will need some metadata, like for example, the agent name, email, we need to know like who's the agent, right? Of course. So that has to be there. And I've been talking about the project knowledge. So that's a time-consuming one. Like people sitting and writing about this. You don't need to do that. Just drop the URL, done. It's plus the pictures. You just drop the pictures.
But right now, there's no special databases or something. AI can, let's call it, eat everything.
That's the technology we use. Yeah. Like we've been. It's a process of. It's not like one solution which solves everything, but we have this orchestration done in place. So that's why we are there, like at that high level. You just drop your picture, drop your knowledge. The rest will be taken care by the AI.
In terms of onboarding without talking to anyone, that's one of our first ideas that we almost at the final stage of releasing. So if we can do a little pre-announcing or whatever, it soon will be possible to start using Super Agent without talking to anyone at all. There will be self-onboarding flow where companies could sign up, give a little bit more introduction about themselves, their business, where they work, why customers choose them, their unique points. Then they share their website or their materials they use in their sales process.
So it's kind of education, right?
It's they have a short session with our AI that we created separately for that purpose. It's like onboarding AI that almost acts like their new member learning about their company. And the job of the company is to provide materials that they would usually share with their new employee. Like you, salesperson joins you, you give them something, right? Google folder with something or whatever. So this sort of materials,
A lot of time.
a lot, yeah. But then the person would need a few weeks, a few months, maybe half year until you feel confident to give them good leads, right? But with AI, there is no problem like that. AI can really get up to speed very, I would say instantly, but maybe a few seconds, and then it's done. So you just you just share your information, and then it's ready to work for you. And then we also plan to deploy very standalone channels like chat that you could use for your LinkedIn bio, for your online presence that is not necessarily connected with your existing channels. You can even use Super Agent as a standalone channel. You can advertise. We also plan to create a separate dynamic landing pages for different marketing purposes. So that means you can sign up, get Super Agent account, give a little bit more information about project that is important for you, launch landing page. It's your personalized AI enabled with conversational interface. And then you can run ads on it, you can advertise it, promote it, use for your marketing activities. And it's very innovative way to run marketing. We did early tests, it works very well. So we are excited to see how it's going to work for more customers.
It's multimodal, so because not sure whether you got to know about the new feature in Perplexity, the shopping, right? Snap to shop. You just take the picture of the item and ask the AI, like, I want to buy something similar. So we are supporting this now.
Yeah.
We are supporting this before Perplexity introduced this feature.
Yeah, we
Okay.
actually
Like
support
just-
like half a year.
Yeah,
True.
we've been doing the Perplexity has just launched 1 month back, so we can just take. That's why while onboarding itself, it's learning what is your project, what are the features, and when you just take a picture of a property and say I want something similar, it can easily within a second, not even a second, within millisecond, it can come up with the right option to you. Say
And
that.
when we say enhancing, it's not just what you give us, but if you send project information and it includes pictures, our system is able to understand the context on those pictures as well. So let's say light interior with cream tones, with minimalistic style and something like that, with nice sea view, because you can see it from the picture, right? And then when consumers search for something similar or talk or mention something similar, Super Agent is able to understand the relevant context. Okay, the important need of this consumer is to have a direct sea view, for example. Which of your properties fit that? And it's able to pull up the right things that fit according to the budget, according to location preferences, and so on, and more context that people mention in the conversation. So it's not a simple like filtering, like old school portal. You click here, see that, click there, see less option, and kind of narrow down. But we actually drive consumer by talking to them. We drive them through this funnel so they are understanding what they actually need more and more clear. And then we show them right options.
So coming to the Messenger or WhatsApp, right? Especially here in Southeast Asia, people love to use GIF and stickers. So I think none of our competitor has achieved that, like sending,
I
understanding.
believe that
from-
emojis and all of these stickers is super
emotional
important.
So
component.
we've been seeing that
Yes.
in the chat that people, especially here, like within Thailand or anywhere in Asia, like people love to communicate just with the GIF or the stickers. They don't really want to type. So, but we are in our AI agent understand, like read the expression from the sticker and reply accordingly.
That sounds amazing. Like it makes me also scary all the time. That hey, sometimes.
So that's why
smarter-
many people are. It's very hard for the consumers to figure out whether this is an AI or human being.
Yeah, that's one of the.
Let me
questions
ask
that
you
has-
one question too.
Yeah,
Second, I think already.
yeah.
So as a developer, do you feel scared that AI will be threatening you or will be helping you in the long term?
It depends of the role that I have. Like, I'm as a real estate developer and owner of the company who have a management pains. Let's call it like this, because you have to manage many human things, which is not really related to business per se. It's just human management. Of course, I would love to AI help me, right? But of course, if I as a head of sales, let's say, if I go sales
level, yeah.
director, next level, I would love to have control over all data, because, like we discussed back then, the one human can speak, let's say, 3, 4, 5 people per day. AI can speak with thousands of people per day and make funnel, right, and stuff like this. So if we speak about head of sales, let's say, or sales director, for them, most important to have summaries, to not go deep, to look every conversations or whatever, to make sure that what's important, to see what's important. And for the human for the person for real estate agent, for sales representative, for them it's of course it's a big challenge to improve themselves, because AI it's their big competition in general. That's why, like you said, in the end of the day, it's only strong people on the market
They will
can
have
survive.
to they will have to evolve from answering questions to something bigger, so they actually deliver
In
value.
every industry, whether it's real estate, automotive, people are exhausted with the repetitive tasks.
Of course.
So that's why we have a global thought. AI is here to help, not to replace human. 'Cause-
Even for all of the paperwork, right now we
Yeah,
use all of the AI features. We check our contracts through AI to make sure that there's no misspelling or any mistakes, or it's highlight what we have missing. Because, for example, last month we make a pre-sale of townhouse project in our company. There's limited 29 townhouses, and we have sold them within 1.5 week. And it's big operational job to make sure that all of the contracts has been done, all of the paperwork is clear, all of the payments come through, and it's everything settled in one place. But main point, main issue that so many people in the role, like the salesperson, sales coordinator, accountant, and stuff like this. And many companies, people still use by hand everything, handwriting. For us, it's automated already, but to how to deliver that speed of the documents creation, even
Too many people.
So for us, we can do with our power about 5 to 10 contracts per day for the legal part, to make sure that everything would be settled. But so for so many companies, it takes weeks, because of the too many layers of protection, of old school protection. There is not AI check. There is a sales, head of sales,
Everyone has to
commercial
read,
director, like, and
I
then
tell
it's
you, that this is gonna be the future. Like now we have AI real estate buyer agent, super agent exists, right? Similar way there are legal AI agents. It's already there in the market.
some of the main issue right now with the Thailand, for example, that we still don't have digital signature, which is for us, I think that, and for government, it's very important thing to implement, because for today it's still, we have all of the paperwork printed. We have to print it, and I have to physically sign one contract for the real estate. It's about 30 pages, 2-3
Every
copies.
page has to be
Every page and stuff like this. And then of course, the customer say, I want to buy. We need to say, where's your credit card? Here. Okay, your contract already in your email. Can you face ID? And it's signed already.
So you need your own AI that you can just get summary from, like, hey, dear Mr. Oleg, there's 18 units sold today, all pre-approved, confirmed. Do you sign? And you're like, yes, please sign. And then it's just gone.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Dream.
Yeah, that's a dream. But of course, I think we will get there. But
probably in US, this ecosystem is already there. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
of
these agents, these AI agents are speaking to each other.
yeah.
Like I'm a buyer agent. I found a property for you. What's the next step? Completing legal work. Okay, I'm giving you all the work to you. It's like no human involved. Like it's just
Yeah. For us here, it's still we work like it's always when I say to my team as well that to make a successful business in Thailand for foreigners is very important. Not exact business, it's important how you can involve your reality to Thai reality, and in the middle is a business. Exactly the same point for the AI or any internet technologies right now with the old school technologies, where how you can stick to two realities, like, and one way it will go more to technology, and some companies have use only limited part. Let's say just let's say some people can use super agent only to reply fast messages unless the next time the person will call. Let's say some people will ask how to make quotations by the by the super agent who will
Yeah, we
deliver
already have
full
inquiries to make to draft contracts
draft
by
contracts.
super agent.
Yeah, and make a
Yeah.
proper quotation from client needs with like with PDFs or whatever.
Make offers,
Yeah,
get them
offers,
approved, draft contracts.
and stuff like this. So like it's all depends where we will implement it in this reality. But what I'm happy with that it's speed up for past couple of years, and I believe that we soon will see different reality. I have another very important question because I think the people who's watching our podcast, my audience is mainly real estate developers, entrepreneurs, real estate agents, and most of those people would be interested to speak with you about your product. And first question that I always have as an entrepreneur, it's I'm really wanna hold my data. I wanna make sure that this data is mine. Of course, no one own any data in the end, right? But how your clients can be sure that their data is protected? In this sense, let's say if it's a real estate developer, if they give you access to their database, so like how they can be sure that this data will be not go to their competitors. Let's say if you work with many different developers, let's say.
I think there's many components to data. I think mainly what you refer to data is you probably mean leads, customers, because that's the most valuable. Yeah, so for that we have separate deployments. We have very clear attribution when we get leads that generated by you or provided by us to you as part of marketing campaign that we run. We have very clear forever attribution that this lead is yours and it will never be shared with anyone else unless we will have mechanism how our partners, clients would be able to enroll some of their leads back into our system available for co-broking and finding other opportunities. Something like you get a lead for Singapore, you don't work in Singapore, but you also don't have partners in Singapore. You could tell us, hey, super agent, this lead looks good, but yeah, please help me. So we just kind of redirect this lead to a Singapore company that uses us, match with them, and they close the deal, and you also get benefits from that. So we plan to enhance the whole ecosystem with this co-broking cooperation mechanic where it will be very controllable by you, but also very secure and beneficial to be part of. On the other side, there's another component to data, which is your project knowledge. As a developer, you probably wouldn't be able to kind of sit on this information and not share with anyone else because you're interested in the opposite. You need all agents to know it. You need all market players to work with as high quality of information about your project as possible. So we give you a great opportunity to onboard super agent with straight the most reliable source of information that could be possible from your.
I listen to you right now. I know the new product that you will deliver to me.
Don't share.
Our
competitors might be listening.
I already get the products that I will request from you because I see right now one opportunity.
So you as a developer, because it's your project, you know it the best. You make sure that super agent knows it the best as well. And then when, let's say, other clients of us, realtors, brokers who are not developers, they want to use your project information for the conversation with their own clients, we will prioritize information provided by you, not by them sharing. They might enhance that information by their own insights, by their own experience working with you as a project, right? But they will not be able to override some facts and objective information that is yours. So we also looking forward to kind of increase the whole quality of information provided to the market by working very close with property developers. That is our focus group for now. And then as a second wave, we will be onboarding a lot of property agents and brokers that will be working with this secure, reliable layer of information provided by developers.
That sounds amazing. I listen to you and I forgot that there's a camera in front, right? And then we have a lot of people watching us, like a little bit crazy tech geeks, right? And because we are as a media person, I need to respect our audience and make sure that they understand what we are talking about sometimes, right? That's why I believe this was an amazing podcast, and I think we can speak forever, and I believe that we can we can do another podcast. Like we discuss every couple of months things change, but let's take it as a tradition. I'm happy to meet you when you're in Phuket. Happy to meet you in my studio.
Yeah, we'll be
and
coming
we
more
can-
often for sure.
Yeah, I think that here's a big market for you. And thank you very much for coming. Maybe you want to say something to our audience, and maybe you can send some message. That's
Yeah.
why. Feel free. Yeah.
Okay, now we turn to cameras. So, dear property developers, dear agents, don't be scared of AI. AI is here to help you. We are building the best system that can really enhance your business. Just try it. Talk to us. Oleg kindly probably place some links somewhere below,
Well,
right?
I
Yeah.
already commit for it. That's
Thank you,
fine.
yeah.
No chance.
Yes, so we are coming from the market understanding. I've spent years and years working in this real estate business. JP is very experienced technical person that is delivering the best product possible, and we're happy to give you a test, give you a demo, and talk to us, and let's build new future and change real estate together. Thank you.
Yeah, the same message. The technology is not here to replace anybody, but is to help people. So believe in this shift. We all can. I mean, as I mentioned, like this is very early stage, and we need this combined effort. Like the human has to work with AI to achieve the best results. So yeah, that's the message.
Guys, thank you so much. For me, I spend a lot of great time, and I think I get a lot of values and ideas with you. Thank you for
Thank you very
coming.
much. Thanks for
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Subscribe us because we are trying to do content for people who is really care about the future, about innovations, about property. I believe that every real estate developer is actually innovator because they build something that will be in complete in future and they can affect the future. Thank you very much and good luck.